my challenge for today is to drive based on a test drive, so I want to do different things, and to go underneath the 25.4 kilowatt hour. So let's see if I can manage or not. Hi everyone, welcome back at DK Test Drives. As I said in one of my previous videos, I was driving the Volvo XC40, the hybrid one, and I also said that I would drive another version of the XC40, and today is the big day. I am driving the P8 version, which is a fully electric vehicle with 406 horsepower. Yes, you didn't doubt that. A Volvo with more than 400 horsepower. Well, actually I didn't know it also myself, but when Volvo Reynaert was so kind to tell me they have a car like this and that I can test it, well, I was more than happy. And just to give you a few seconds of happiness, well, keep watching because there's more to come. So let's see what this car can do while we do some off-roading. Well, it's not off-roading, just to be 100% correct. This is just a road that is not allowed for other vehicles, so you need an SUV to drive over here. And I'm just wondering if this car will be able to drive. It's acting pretty good, to be honest, and even with the 19-inch wheels you don't have any issues driving these kind of roads, because yeah, basically it's made for it, so good thing. So actually I didn't talk a lot about the exterior except for the design, which is a bit different. It's the same with the interior, to be honest. So when you look at the car, everything is the same. There's just one big difference, and that is the interface, which I will explain you also. That the big difference is Google. So you have the Google Help system integrated in the car, which is a big difference compared to the hybrid one, which didn't have that option. And then also another thing that the hybrid didn't have, but this one have, is the adaptive cruise control. So those are two differences which I used while driving. But yeah, how do I like the car actually? Well, pretty good, to be honest. It really shocked me the first time I sent full throttle. I wasn't expecting that. I know that the car has 406 horsepower, but yeah, I was not expecting that torque. It's massive, the car, because it weighs a lot. But even with that weight, it sends. I mean, look. Oh, wow, this is crazy. Damn. But anyway, it's cool and it's fun. So yeah, I like it. So what I will talk about more today is, well, actually how you drive an electric car, and especially how much kilometers can I drive with this car. So Volvo announces a range of a little bit more than 400 kilometers, which is a lot, but that's on papers. When we look at the facts and in reality, if you can drive around, let us say 300 to 320, 30 kilometers, that will be good, depending on the weather conditions and those things, as on all electric vehicles, of course. So when I picked the car up at Volvo, it was fully charged, so 100% battery capacity, and I kindly asked my friend Google to know what the range is, because you cannot see it in the car. You have to ask Google. Don't ask me why. It's very strange in my opinion, but okay, as long as you can see how much range you have, everyone is fine. There's just one thing: once the battery range is too low, it's visible in the screen over here. Okay, so I had 100% and I asked Google, and Google told me I had a range of 310 kilometers, which is actually correct, because the average consumption was 25.4 kilowatt hour, which was the average of the car based on let me check, based on 590 kilometers. So well, it was a bit less. So let's do a 0 to, yeah, we'll see. 3, 2, 1. Holy fuck! Damn, this thing is super fast. This is absolutely crazy. Damn. Another thing that I want to show you guys is, once I put the car in reverse, I immediately have this view, and you can change it by just in this, and then I have my 360 degrees view, but I can also choose to see the front view, which is here, and as you can see, it's very good actually. Or you can say, no, I prefer watching the rear, and then you have the rear of the car, and then I can just drive watching my camera, and then yeah, it's pretty good actually. So the car also has 2 drive modes. Well, I don't know if it's really a drive mode, but let's call it a drive mode. So you have the standard one when you go into the car, and which basically is like a normal automatic car. So when I take off my foot off the brake pedal, the car is just driving. So letting it off, and the car is driving. Okay, so that's the first mode. But then you also have the option to choose one pedal. So let me check it. So that's the one pedal drive, and basically, wow, when I do this, so I'm not braking, there's nothing happening. So the one pedal drive, which I am driving in right now, is basically that you don't need your brake. So you only use your throttle, and once, so let me check, that's it. So I put my foot off the throttle and the car is braking itself. You don't need to brake. And that again is something typical to the electric cars, basically. Thank you, sir. So it's something typical to the electric cars, where in the future, well, basically we don't need to brake anymore. So no brake costs after a few thousands of kilometers. And that also is something good about the electric cars for the future. I have to say that the all-wheel drive system is working pretty good. When you take corners, even if it's floating a little bit, but when you take the corners, you really feel the four wheels that want that traction, and that's necessary with that 400 horsepower. The tires could, in my opinion, be a little bit better, because even on dry weather like now, the car is really searching for traction when you push the full throttle. So I guess the tires could be better, but I don't know what they do on rainy conditions, so I hope they are good, because even with an all-wheel drive, good tires are just necessary. So what I also want to show you guys is the interface, which is basically the same but different of the hybrid one, and especially this one. So this is basically Google Maps in the car, and you can just do whatever you want. You can search for restaurants close by. If I want to go, for example, to Cannes in France, well, it will show me the route, and I can also look for the charge points nearby, because what you do want to know is where you can charge basically on your traject. So that's also important. So yeah, it's an interesting interface, and I have to admit that, look, it's very, very precious. I have to admit that it's very correct in everything that it does. So yeah, I really like it. Then you also have over here, you can change the temperature, just like this. You can switch on the air conditioning, or yeah, you can basically do everything. Over here, you can go to Spotify. Yeah, you have multiple things that you can do over here, so it's a really good interface, to be honest. So I now managed to drive almost 50 kilometers with the car, and believe it or not, but I am at an average of 22 kilowatt hours. Mixed driving. So city center, national ways, country roads, did some accelerations, and yeah. So 22 kilowatt hours, so I'm a pretty good driver. I should drive an electric, I guess. Nah, not yet. So hey, challenge accepted, and everything is done. So good thing. I really would like to thank again Volvo Reynaert at Oudenaarde for providing me this car. I really enjoyed driving this one, and I have to admit, from all the electric cars that I took for a spin, this is absolutely my number one at this moment. No doubt about it. And I hope you all enjoyed the video. If so, please subscribe, and hope to see you soon. Bye.